Welcome to Cinema Recap, my young Shaolin warriors. Today's lesson, Mortal Kombat 2021. Blood and gore ahead, so be warned. With that being said,
let's test your might.
Spoilers ahead. We're greeted with a scene in the Japanese forest, and the scenery shows us some solemn family going about their days. You know, they're just doing chores like collecting water and tending to a baby. The most everyday bro stuff you can see. The wife tends to her children inside the house while the husband does some other chores that I was too lazy to notice. Then suddenly, the wife hides her baby underneath the floorboards and tries to book it with her eldest son after, but our assailant is revealed, and it seems to be some bilingual martial arts guy. Of course, the wife is appalled by his display, while her son threatens to let fists fly. But the bewildering attacker is merely amused. I guess no more Mr. Nice Guy this time, huh? Kill me, who wrote this? Our guy makes it to the scene of the crime, but he slows down in front of his house because he feels something's off. Hubby's senses were in fact correct, because at the moment of his grief we can see a few more assassins stalking him from the bushes. Nobody's here, just trees. Well, the husband notices, and immediately. What's that? He didn't say it? You violently shout at your monitor watching this? I want to say don't worry. He's going to say it later, trust me.
Bihan!
Alright, so Bihan is the name of our lovely bad guy for today, and he seems to be chilling by a rock, probably smoking something like an ice blunt too. And Hanzo Hasashi is the name of our tail-stinging hero. Neat.
Round 1, fight!
Truly a common scorpion main. Starts the match with that move. Hanzo should have teched that grab. Isn't that Cage's signature move?
Finish him.
Fatality, I guess. I wasn't too enthusiastic about it because it was kind of weak. Hanzo hears the cry of the baby and he slowly walks back home. Beginning to taste his mortality, he slowly limps towards the cries but fades into fire. Then we have this guy. He then approaches the Hasashi residence and finds a baby. That's what happens when you don't pay your bills. This is our main squeeze for the entire movie.
Always rely on Cole Young, human punching bag.
Cole then asks who he's fighting for $200. Old Yeller says someone named Ramirez, and he throws some smug on Cole's face. The fight begins. The crowd at the scene absolutely going bonkers watching Cole and the other poor sap throw hands. Initially, Cole goes wild on the other guy, as if he's being filmed for World Star. Hello, random black dude, feel free to watch the carnage. Anyways, as I was saying, Cole actually gets the upper hand. But like a Milia Rage player, he lets his guard down. And just as sudden as the random black eye entered during the fight, we're taken to a very otherworldly place.
The prophecy is upon us.
Just barely. That fatality was as good as MK4's cutscenes.
There is no prophecy. Hanzo is a ghost.
I hope you learn new fatalities, Sub-Zero, especially now that you're tasked to kill all the champions before the tournament even begins. Back to Cole. He packs up, pays his respects to his opponent, and sees his daughter fidgeting with something.
What you got there?
That something turns out to be a friendship bracelet his daughter made for him. He thanks his daughter and puts it on. Suddenly,
Cole Young, the man that took the belt from Eddie Tobias.
this is Jax, and he seems to like to sass Cole. Jax remarks his dragon tattoo, and his daughter says he was born with it. Wait till NetherRealm Studios becomes like Nintendo and sues Cole for using their logo. So Cole and his kid go out to eat dinner and meet with his wife. The wife asks how the match was, and the daughter says how much of a scrub her dad is by not teching the grab. So other than being totally smug, Jack spies on Cole. Suddenly it snows. Well, actually, now it's just flash freezing. Things on top of the table literally froze solid. He then takes control of all the ice in the area and shifts it up, and then throws it at people, making the most dangerous snowball fight in the history of mankind.
Keep the truck, Cole!
Jax then takes Cole and his family and books it far away from Sub-Zero. And then Jax says that thing wants both of them. And then he shows his own copyrighted Mortal Kombat logo, or weird birthmark.
Means you've been chosen. For what? To fight.
Jax says Cole should fight, despite being such a terrible fighter. Then Jax turns to an alley, and he tells Cole to take the truck to safety, and then gives some address to someone named Sonya Blade. Cole pisses off and Jax grabs his KSG shotgun and goes after Sub-Zero.
So you play hide and seek.
Jax wants to turn it into an FPS game, but Sub-Zero doesn't want another Call of Duty clone, so they throw hands.
Done 6 tours, motherfucker.
Ah well, there goes his CQC, or any manner of C to be honest. In other news, Cole got his family home safely. He says he wants to keep his family safe, since those who are being hunted are the ones with markings, and he sets out to find Sonya Blade.
Sub-Zero tracked and killed another one of Earth.
We didn't win 9 straight tournaments by following the rules. Let's finish this.
Cole's seen sneaking into some ransacked facility when suddenly,
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Sonya Blade. Jack sent me.
Cole shows the copyright violation on his chest and
I'm Sonya.
then they go inside Sonya's house and Cole sees all the military pictures Sonya has with Jax. Sonya then shows Cole to her neat basement, essentially where they track people with illegal MK logos on their body. She tells a story of how Jax got his mark by beating it out of another dude from Brazil. She said the dragon mark on people's skins is an invitation. She reveals this entire time they've been tracking champions, and
And FYI, most of them are dead already.
whoa, Cole, the hell was that? And who the hell is that?
It's Kano.
Apparently, Kano also has a marking from slitting a guy's throat. What a chat. And here we have Sonya playing Smith while Rock is Kano. Suddenly, the power goes out. Things are being thrown everywhere, as if it was Paranormal Activity 2. Something drags Kano to the ground and slashes his pretty Aussie face. Sonya throws bullets and knives towards whatever that freak is. The creature makes itself visible on the ceiling and it's size off. He drools before going invisible and takes Sonya and Cole by surprise. Remember the drool on the ceiling? Kano finds a new use for it. Here comes a daredevil. Kano tries to find Reptile, but instead he stabs a flare and then stabs Reptile with it. Reptile panics and scurries around the room, eventually revealing his full form. The three take on the smaller version of Zilla, but Kano is reeled in by its long tongue. Sonya jumps in and
Knife.
oh!
Finish him. Fatality.
Sadly, the flare that was on Reptile's back set the entire basement on fire and destroyed Sonya's research. They go back to the house and Sonya recovers all the surviving research materials, while Kano notices she's trying to get into Raiden's temple. What's Raiden's temple, you ask?
Champions used to train there for Mortal Kombat.
So Kano tells him that they're gonna get there via plane, and he rests. Cole asks Sonya if she'll really give him the reward money after, which she says no. The next day they leave on a plane, and Cole has another vision of Hanzo while sleeping. Maybe it's an incoming DLC teaser. Cole wakes up and Kano tells him it's time for everyone to jump off. Sonya sees that it's Cole's first time to commit low tier god and
You're fucking kidding me.
And there they go. They land safely and begin to cover the land. Soon enough though, Kano gets tired and wants a break, while the others want to keep on going. Kano assumes Sonya's jealous of him cause he has the marking, and then he taunts her.
If you want it so much, all you gotta do is kill me.
Wow, that was pretty fast. Sonya holds Kano at knife point.
Go on then, take it.
She doesn't really care and they keep moving forward. And soon they encounter someone, and of course Kano's first instinct is to skin him, but... So yeah, this is Liu Kang, MK's golden boy and resident Bruce Lee stan. Sonya introduces the group, but Kano's still in shock.
You just shot a fireball out of your hand.
Liu Kang tells the group they have to train and leads them to a sacred temple. Kang says the temple has been a holy place for training Mortal Kombat for thousands of years.
You gonna make a door appear out of nowhere?
He then proceeds to make a door appear out of nowhere. They're greeted by ancient paintings and monks inside the temple. You can even see a painting of Shao Kahn. Sonya points out that painting.
The most brutal and murderers of all the realms.
Sonya hears weird sounds coming from another room, so she investigates, and there lies Jax. Or, you know, what's left of him.
By the time I found Jax, I was too late.
Kang says the monks are doing their best to heal him, but they need time.
We must go. He awaits.
Raiden looks at the champions and is disappointed with what he has. Then he proceeds to roast them one by one.
What about me, Gandalf? What does my fortune cookie say?
Raiden emphasizes that they only have one chance before Outworld enslaves the entire human race. Cole's insisting Raiden helps him train, despite being a pathetic sack of weasels, and Raiden says they're gonna surely die.
Well, I'm willing to die for my family.
Raiden takes their offer for training, but in some other room, Liu Kang senses something is coming. Kang doesn't take kindly to it and shoots out a fireball. Sub-Zero sidesteps. Just when he's about to stab Liu Kang, a hat knocks Sub-Zero off. Apparently, it's Liu Kang's cousin. No time for family reunions, though, as the man leading Outworld comes with Mileena and Sub-Zero to invade the temple.
Take whatever trophies you desire, but their souls are mine.
Looks like a showdown's about to go down, but Raiden interferes. He simply tells him to piss off because the tournament hasn't started yet. Of course, they're bad guys, so they don't listen, but Raiden... He brings down a blue iron curtain made out of lightning. The Outworld leader retreats for now. Kano runs his mouth how the superpowers they'll be getting might be like gotcha hell. It could be cool like shooting lightning, or in Kano fashion insults the man with the frisbee hat.
The name is Kung Lao.
Liu Kang says that the training helps to unlock the power within. And without power, well, they're basically going to be chewed out like the common Smash player. Kano's not shutting up on what power he's going to get. Sonya, of course, gets annoyed by all that and tells him to shut up. Sadly.
You're welcome to stay with us, Miss Blade.
But the training area is for the chosen ones only.
I'd say Sonya's ego got a fatality from that. She then promptly pisses off and the boys start their training. Would you look at that, bald Denzel just woke up. Welcome to Skyrim. Sonya reassures him, but Jax looks at his metal arms.
It's okay, it's okay.
And the training montage begins, and it turns out Kung Lao's hat is not only bladed, but as tanky as a shield too. Kung Lao defeats Cole, and of course, Kano spits on Cole for that.
Fight!
Up next is Liu Kang vs Kano. And Kano doesn't learn to either block low or dodge at the right time, or even button mash like a coke hopper. In the supposed infirmary, Jax is rehabilitating his worthless T-Rex arms, and eventually just gives up. He tells Sonya that he feels just as useless as the stance switch button in MK10. She tells Jax a sob story about them training really hard way back and to never give up, yada blah 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 whatever. Now it's dinner time, and of course Kano's ripping on Jax for looking like a reverse Charger from Left 4 Dead.
You're fucking kidding me, aren't you?
Kano, destined to be CEO of racism, yes sirree. He wants some egg roll from Kung Pao Chicken, but instead... Now we're back in the training area so that Cole can discover his arcana. Kano beats him down for fun, but to Cole, sadly, this is training, as Liu Kang states. Cole's not finding his arcana during the training session, so he looks at his phone, then looks at pictures of his wife and child. Sonya joins him as the liability crew, to which Raiden notices.
You have failed to find the Arcana. Without it, you are a liability to the others.
Cole then questions why he had this marking since he was born. Raiden says it's because he's the descendant of the PogChamp ninja, Hanzo Hasashi. Dear God, what's this script coming to? Raiden adds that Sub-Zero was the one responsible for killing Hanzo, sending him to the furthest reaches of hell, the Netherrealm. Raiden's then disappointed despite Cole being a descendant of Hanzo, so he opens a portal for Cole to be with his family again. Go! Sonya's telling him not to give up, so Cole gives up. In Outworld, the Dark Souls guy is beginning to rally his troops up to take over the Earthrealm. The Sorcerer then gives a pep talk to the Outworld with the addition of Cabal, the Bane guy, and General Raiko, the Shao Kahn simp, which are good additions to his army. Thus, victory is at hand. He says that he needs Raiden's shield down, but Cabal knows a plan.
Yeah, he's the reason I live in an iron lung.
Just when Vader over there is hatching a plan for Kano, a notorious B.I.G. comes into the room.
Prince Goro!
Going back to Raiden's home base, Kano is seen loitering around.
No, Luke. I am your father.
Nah, it's the wrong movie. So Cabal talks to Kano at the shield's edge. Cabal essentially girl boss gaslight gatekeeps Kano so that his ego will inflate faster than deviant art. Then he convinces him to betray the other champions. But of course, Kano has character develop.
So what would I need to do?
Forget I said anything. Back to the disappointing descendant of Hanzo. He senses something rumbling in his garbage. Going back to the temple, Kano goes full Redeemer on Raiden's staff and destroys the shield. Here's the Sinister Six, including the recently defected Kano. The Sorcerer says they're here to undo the useless prophecy shown at the beginning of the movie. Sub-boss time. Here's Prince Goro. Cole tries to make his family retreat, but he's thrown aside like a used condom. Goro tries to go for Cole's family, but he's taunted by Cole to go inside the garage, where Cole readies himself with a crowbar. Battle Royale time. Jax versus the God of Hammers, Raiko. Darth Vader versus Martial Law. And Cole with a decrepit crowbar versus Goro, the Prince of the Shokan race. There's a lot of back and forth in these scenes, but one thing's for sure. Both Jax and Cole are getting their tushies handed to them. Oh boy, both of them can do that kiss of death fatality, so I'm excited for this one. Eventually, Mileena does her X-ray attack and stabs Sonya, throwing her in the area that Kung Lao says she's not allowed in. Mileena gets on top of her and, oh boy, it gets steamy.
Your death has no worth.
Kabal goes full Barry Allen on Liu Kang while Kung Lao tips his fedora for the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer summons Natara to murder Kung Lao and, well, that's what you get for being in the Armageddon roster. Back at Cole, he still couldn't tech grabs to save his life. Luckily, this Mortal Kombat had Tekken tag mechanics. Cole's family makes a run for it in their truck, but Goro catches up and is about to curb stomp Cole's wife. Ah, the power of love. The best writer's convenience. He runs over to Goro and Cole charges again, and this time he dislocates one of Goro's arms and actually knocks him down. Goro throws Cole again and then snaps his arms back into place. Duel 1.
Let's rock.
Cole absorbs a lot of hits. Half of them by blocking, thank God, and the other half by his armor being so BS that it blocks the hits for him. Goro goes full charge and knocks back Cole. Ed Boon suddenly decided Cole wasn't BS enough, so he buffs him with two bladed tonfas. Afterwards, he cuts off Goro's hands and easily slices and dices him. That's pretty broken, to be honest. Back at the temple, Jax wakes up, and this time, with the power of friendship, he manages to get his Arcana, which is in the form of Cybertronian arms. Raiden finally arrives. He teleports Cole back to the temple, only to teleport him and the others out again. What was the purpose of that? Nevertheless, Cole gets knocked off from the teleporting by Sub-Zero's snowball, and Kung Lao fends Sub-Zero off. He screams, and Liu Kang hears it, so he makes Kabal piss off. Down into the potty hole he goes. They couldn't really do anything about it, so Cole drags Liu Kang back and they're teleported out of there by Raiden. So Raiden teleports the gang into some pony jar and Liu Kang grieves over Kung Lao with his fedora. Raiden gives Cole a menstruated kunai of Hanzo Hasashi, saying that it might give him strength or something, and Cole has the genius idea of splitting the enemies up so that it can be 1 versus 1. Jax takes Raiko on the PewDiePie bridge, Sonya gets to girl boss Kano at her own home, Liu and Cole takes Bad Breath Lady and Vader to the statue of Shao Kahn. Sub-Zero saved for last. So Liu Kang and Kabal have a more Evo level fight, while with Cole, he seems to be more of a pay-to-win DLC character that has an auto block. Soon his auto blocking causes Mileena to cope C then mauled. Meanwhile, the Gachimuchi boys duke it out on the Felix Bridge, and although Raiko initially had the advantage, Jax breaks his Stormbreaker, and Raiko gets 360 no-scoped FaZe Clan headshot. Unlike the other fighters, Sonya seems to be playing TF2 instead of MK, so Kano goes mad with the particle cannon in his brain. She stabs him a few times and breaks off to throw acetone on his face. This impedes his heat vision, but Kano catches up to her. Kill Bill 2, anyone? The two whites have a tussle in the bathroom, but Kano charges her out of the bathroom towards the outside. He's got her in a kinky M-play chokehold, but Sonya has a trick up her sleeve. She unlocks her Arcana and becomes a Stieg Larsson novel. Back at Shao Kahn's Unga Bunga Theater, Kabal seems to have the upper hand for Liu Kang, up until he disarms him from his hook swords. Liu Kang then presses back forward heavy slash. Like the others, Cole disarms Mileena and Liu Kang prepares to
finish him. Liu Kang wins. Animality.
Mileena goes full Tarkatan. She then charges at Cole, but Sonya and the Legend of the Ten Rings come to save the day. In some unimportant place, Cole's family packs up, but not before being ambushed by Sub-Zero. He then shows up in front of Sonya and Cole, only to freeze the bracelet that Cole's daughter carries. Cole then rushes to catch Noob Saibot, but is taken to his old gym, now looking like an Elsa's BDSM dungeon.
Finally, the Hasashi bloodline will end.
Cole's furious. He rushes with his tonfas blazing with anger, but Sub-Zero makes some ice, so that immediately screws him over. He's thrown in the octagon and Sub-Zero freezes him as his family's frozen in the octagon as well. Cole then whips out Hanzo's kunai and tries to slash Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero turns it against him, but Cole stops the blade with his hands. It sets ablaze, and Sub-Zero fears Hanzo might be back, so he immediately tries to stab Cole.
Get over here!
Ha! Told you he says it. Round 1, fight! Hanzo and Sub-Zero clash with their swords, slashing. Hanzo gets the upper hand by stabbing Zero with his kunai. This also recoils his katana back to him. It's a better name, to be honest. Of course I knew it all along. The sorcerer is Shang Tsung, and Sub-Zero should honestly be Noob Saibot since he's evil. Round 2 begins, and while they're making blades fly, Cole is weakened by Sub-Zero's ice, but that doesn't stop him from punching the ice off his family. Meanwhile, Sub-Zero slashes Scorpion and freezes the blood from it, stabbing him with it. Sub-Zero makes a spiky ice wall and throws Scorpion on it. Scorpion recovers and crosses blades once more, but misses Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero tangles it around him, but Scorpion throws him with the chains. And now,
final round, fight!
Sub-Zero begins this round with a low blow by throwing ice daggers at Cole and his frozen family, so Cole and Scorpion stand together. This is now more of a Guilty Gear boss match, as Cole and Scorpion have great synergy against Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's thrown off and removes his armor, but he freezes Scorpion and fights Cole one-on-one. Now that his chest is protected, Cole gets a free chest stab and throws Sub-Zero. I guess Scorpion's back and Cole's family's still alive. Don't know why, but Sub-Zero strips off his mask and says, Scorpion throws a fastball only to be deflected by Cole back to him. Cole throws him, then Scorpion slams him. Cole frees his family and Scorpion tells his journey to hell, so
finish him. Scorpion wins. Fatality.
He then tells Cole to take care of the bloodline and he warps back to the Nether Realm in a fiery fashion. Of course, the gang comes in fashionably late. Liu Kang warms Cole's family. Raiden's also impressed by Cole, but told you so. Anyways, Shang Tsung says death is only another portal, and I'm pretty sure that's a foreshadow of Noob Saibot since Sub-Zero's body is covered in smoke. Shang Tsung says he's gonna bring armies next. Raiden says that they need to assemble new champions. The next day comes, and the old Coot offers another $200 for Cole to fight. Cole bids farewell, and the camera zooms into a poster of Johnny Cage. This is where the movie ends, and this has been Cinema Recap with Mortal Kombat. Produced in 2021 by New Line Cinemas. What'd you guys think? I don't know, I've been playing since Game Gear and Genesis. Let us know about your Mortal Kombat experience with the hashtag Cinema Recap. Remember, also like if you felt all this and subscribe for more mighty and brutal movie reviews.
Till next time, epic moviegoers.